Well, here we are, a day in the life where traffic is not moving. It is 7:42 in the morning. I am packed today. We have a lot going on. Today we have a clinic, and the clinic is really an interesting business model that I've had since the day they opened. That's pretty fun. And so today we're going to kind of work on what our plans are, and we're going to work on what our plans are, how we're going to get to the next layer. But we find the real number. This is what I'm excited about, is that we get the tax point. So today is tax day. And so the taxes are done for the clinic, and we get to see the final number of how much did we get to stack on behalf of that business owner, because I like piles of cash. And we also get to see the growth. So did what we put into place happen? Now, for business owners, it is, when you are the person that runs everything, right? You hire all the doctors, you train all the doctors, you run the books, you do all the oversight. When you have your own clinic, it's so much work. And you really kind of go, here's what I can let go, here's what I can't let go. So every single thing that you get up and working is going to dismantle itself at some point, and then you have to redo it. And that part, I always remind everybody that the business owner gets really fatigued from always having to hire a new person, or, that just all of the tasks that constantly have to be redone. And I just kind of remind everybody, this is your chance to rehydrate, that you have to get out of the thinking, and it's kind of scarcity, and it's scarcity not about money, but it's scarcity about energy. So when we have that kind of scarcity mindset of, oh gosh, I have to do it again, and I have to do it again, and yep, this is a refresh. And it's a refresh for what is coming next. So when we put in a new POS system, or we put in a new whatever, whether it be a role, whether it be a building, whether it be just anything, it is an optional, it's this option to reevaluate what that role did, what investments it made, how can it make the business better. It is always an opportunity. And the scarcity isn't about usually money, or resources even. It's about time and effort for what's happening right now. And where I really say, people, like, if you're feeling a lot of stress about this change, then we need to look at your time, because the stress, if it's around time, that's fixable. And a lot of times that is the deal, that they're just like, man, I don't have it. And we go, okay, how do you get it? How do you get the resource that you need right there? And that's where we get to this kind of spot checking. If you've ever spilled something on your nice clothes and you just have to do kind of a spot treatment, it's really like that. You just go, look, we're going to spot treat that experience. We're going to spot treat what's happening for you. And that spot treatment is really to say, let's just hire somebody to do that one piece of transition. So if you need someone to do the front desk, let's hire somebody just to train the front desk. And what happens is I'll look at different roles, and I'll say, we need to hire someone that can learn that system and that can retrain that person for you every single time. So this is, understanding how to work in that system. So this happens a lot for anyone who has a front desk position that is like, man, and you're working in specific tools. So maybe your system is Jane in this case. We hire someone that knows Jane. And what happens out of that spot training is kind of magical. It's when you do that and you find that person who knows Jane, who knows how to train it, and Jane is an operating system that the front desk uses for a lot of types of clinics, and specifically chiropractic. There's a lot of chiropractic in that, but there's a lot of all sorts of things in there. So whatever those systems are, that person also is going to look in your system. And what I like about that is that that's also where I can get really lucky, and they'll find something that I couldn't have found any other way, because they're like, hey, this isn't doing what it's supposed to. So that's pretty interesting. And the other thing about today's clinic is we're prepping them to sell. So they are in a 36-month countdown. And in that 36 months, there is a lot to do. And the number one thing that I have zero control over in those types of business deals is the owner themselves may change their mind. They may realize that they didn't have enough for retirement. They may realize that they have that they're not ready. They may not want to sell their house. They may, like it's a wide variety. They may really just go, I want this to look different. So in that 36 month, that's why I give people a really long timeline, is so that they can kind of work out all of their emotions and all of their actual real stuff around selling that product, selling that business. Who are they going to sell it to? What are they selling? What are the resources? How are we going to get the price of this to where we want it? And what's the walkaway number? And the walkaway number changes based on how much somebody is tired of doing that. This particular case for the clinic, we are not tired. She just, she wants to just move to a different location. And having a second location is an option. So the clinic today, then I have a law firm this afternoon, and oh my gosh, and another favorite this afternoon is the what is her actual title? She's a nutrition resource. So she's a nutritionist, but she is a nutrition resource. So you can hire her, and she will come to your home for a home visit and really start to work through what are the foods you know how to work, and how do you kind of make this go better. And she will actually cook with you. So that is a really interesting thing. It's a 3-hour minimum. So it's just like we were talking about spot, right? Sometimes I just need a spot moment. And so that's another one where you have kind of a spot treatment of, can you come in right here and do this one thing and really work with me? And that is really going to be like, what am I predicting of what's going to happen next is a lot of these spot treatment businesses. So you're coming in for a specific need that is only that, it's not anything else, and here you go. And those spot treatments of business models, so the nutrition guru, she's really got it, that she really is just going in to say, let's stand in your kitchen, let's look at your goals, let's figure this out, and give you some tools on how to do this. And one of the things that's interesting about her is she loves mason jars, that she does a lot of mason jar, what would you call that, education. So the other thing that's interesting about her is, like, she buys mason jars as part of the service. So she will buy them, show them, let them try them on, and then tell them to get them. And that mason jar, or this way of kind of pre-packing meals, has been very successful for her. And she also, if you're sitting in her car, you hear like the whole trunk of her space is like clinking with jars. So she will save every spaghetti jar, every size jar, and just show people how to do this model, and making their own dressings, and she's just brilliant and filled with recipes. But you kind of you can have somebody really go, oh, you don't like kale? Okay, can I show you how to cut this vegetable in a way that you will like it? Or she's just so varied. I don't like this thing, I don't like that thing. And they cook together in that time, so she can show people how to steam vegetables, and she does all sorts of fun stuff. So that's the afternoon. So we're working on just what's the right amount of clients for her. And so in that kind of, in that dilemma, we will have to find what's right for her, and what she can consistently do. So in that spot treatment for her, she's going to people's houses. They do one round. She's like, try it out. I'll see you again. And now we're testing out 3 weeks later. How close is 3 weeks to the right answer? So that's very interesting. So that's what I'm going to find out today. Is 3 weeks the right amount of time to come back in and see if all the things that they had started to do is right on? The third thing, so that's the first thing, is the timing that we put together correct? Second is this affordable enough, right? And the affordable enough is also about, is the timing right? Is there DIY stuff? How can somebody stay on track? And can we have a group? What's next? There's a lot in that business model. So that's today. That's a day in the life. I am here to pick up my next person. They're going to sit here, and I will see you soon.